Welcome back to the channel, guys. Biggest changes are up, biggest lineups, and I think we need to be attentive of what we're gonna be looking at for the next few games, with Messi barely coming back from injury, and we have Ousmane Dembele, who can't keep himself from the injuries list. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's talk about the game tomorrow against Betis. Big game. The season is becoming more serious than it was because we have lost our first game. Losing our first game did not help us out. It did not give us the edge that we needed to continue with the run that we always do. Now, I don't know when was the last time we lost our first game in La Liga in the season, but this is it's a bit embarrassing. It's a bit unusual, and we need to get back to the basics. We need to get back to work, and we need to win this game, because this is the game that we need to actually get back into that rhythm of winning games on that streak. It's not good, and Valverde has to finally get his mind together if he wants to be the coach of this team, and everybody wants him out, including myself. But guys, I'm telling you right now, we need to get back into winning ways, no matter who's the coach. Because it doesn't matter if the assistant is the one who comes in. It doesn't matter if we come out and go hire somebody else. What matters right now is that we have to find a way to win now. It's not impossible, but of course, this is all comes back to how we performed in our first game in the season. And it's not that great. So basically, let's talk about Griezmann just a little bit. He needs to come in very aggressive. He needs to come in smart. Question is, can Messi play? That's basically the biggest things that we have in our mind. If he does come back and play, how well is he? How healthy is this man to help us out and get us back on a regular winning season? Because Griezmann can't do it on his own. We saw that he's not able to get things done on his own. He needs help. He needs that backup. He needs the passing game. He needs somebody who's consistent in the back or around him. And if he's going to be the striker for our team, he better well have somebody who's going to assist him. Better have somebody, because Luis Suarez is gone, Ousmane Dembele is gone, and all we have to rely on is Griezmann and Messi. That's all we have to rely on. So, with that said, my lineup for tomorrow, if the players stand, if the players are available, if the players are in the lineup, or in the bench, or somehow part of this game, my first would be Ter Stegen, of course. He is our goalkeeper. He needs to come back in form. He needs to come back and play strong. He would be our goalkeeper. Left back, Jordi Alba. He's been great. He's been the most consistent out of the defense. We need more of him. We need more of that continuous. He needs to show up basically in these games. We don't see too much. We didn't see too much of it, but he has to have a good game. He needs to come back and needs to win these games for us. Langley, I didn't have him back on the lineup because I don't know if he would be able to perform. But after what happened in the last game, I think he can come back. I think he can come strong, and I think he will do fine. It's just a matter of what kind of Langley is going to perform tomorrow in tomorrow's Sunday's game. What kind of a player is he going to be? And of course, now I have Piqué, the veteran. Veteran has to show up. He has to show up. If he doesn't show up, he should not be playing. Because I know we love him. We know he's the man behind this Barcelona team. He's a veteran. Puyol gave him the torch. He needs to run with it. He needs to go with it. He needs to show us that he is the veteran, the leader, the man that every defense looks up to. And he's the guy who's got to show up. He's up in age, but I believe he can still hack. I think he can still go for it. And if not, then we'll have to see what happens, because I mean he's been a pillar for a long time in the defense. Right back, I have Samero. I got no problem with the man. I think didn't have a great game last time either, the best of it. But I think he's coming back. I think he will do better. His speed is going to be key to give us the edge. Now that Dembele's gone, he's gonna have to push up more to that right and be the speed on that right back. Coming back on defense, not the best of defenders in the world, but he does get the job done. Up next, you might like this, you might not like this, but I still have De Jong in the midfield to the right behind Messi in front, which I'll get later. But Frankie De Jong has to show up game. He has to show up. Whatever he didn't do in the last game, he's got to make up for it. He was bought at a good price for us, at a very hefty price, so that he can come in and start playing very well with us. If he does not show up, then we've got issues. Again, I expect Frankie to come back strong, to play well in the midfield, and I hope that with Busquets, which I will get to next, which is my next pick on the midfield, center midfield, I hope that Frankie gets the boost that he needs, gets the supplement that he needs for this game, because other than that, I can't think of anybody else who can come in and be the help that he needs to be able to get the midfield going. Busquets has the veteran again, the man that I've always talked about good in the past, except for towards the end of the season, of last season. That's when I'm like shaking my head and just saying, what is he doing? Okay, Busquets has got to show up. Valverde has to put him in here because of his experience, because he knows how to play from the back. And I hope that with Frankie beside him, he is able to push the ball forward with Frankie, and which comes to my next player on the left midfield, Arthur. I put Arthur in there because I believe that Arthur has got the hang of our team. This midfielder is growing, and I expect him to grow even more. He is a great ball toucher. He knows how to handle the ball. He knows how to push the ball forward. He knows how to pass accurately. And I expect him to have a good game and come back strong in this game to be able to have a winning game. Up next, I have Carles Perez. Now, Carles Perez, because of Suarez's injury, because of Dembele's injury, we need forwards. We need wingers. The only thing I can think of right now that fits the best description, because I have Griezmann as a forward, as a striker, Carles Perez would have to come in on the left, and he would have to supplement Griezmann as well as Messi. He's gonna have to play well. He is expected to play in the first team because he was brought in the offseason so that he can show us what he's got. This is his chance. This is his opportunity to show why we picked him to be in the first team. If he does not show up, you can forget about this guy. His name will be forever erased because I expect him to come in and fill in for the injury that we have at the moment. The injuries, actually. But like I said, I don't expect Carles Perez to be as well as Messi. I don't expect him to be the greatest football player, but I expect him to get the job done. I expect him to get some assists done. I expect him to give the help that Griezmann and Messi are needed, because that's a left back area, or I'm sorry, a left wing area that we need to be able to mature in. And with Coutinho gone to Bayern, boy, I miss him a lot. You know what? I wouldn't put him in there if we still had Coutinho, but if that was our only hope, I would still have him there instead of Carles Perez, because I think that Coutinho adds a little bit more, gives us more than Perez probably will. But because he's gone, Betis is in, and I have him in. Hopefully that will be the case, because this is a 4-3-3 formation. I don't really like the fact that we would have to have a 4-4-2 formation instead, because then we're really just not pushing forward with the attack that we're so used to having, especially with Messi, who might be playing in this game. Now Griezmann, I hope that he has a great game again, guys. He's not showing up in these games. He's really had one goal in all the games, including the ones that he's had in the offseason. One goal is not enough to show us that you belong in Barcelona. You were bought at a hefty price, and you were expected to play at a high level just like he was in Atletico. Atletico gave us a hard time to grab him, and now we have him. Now he's not performing. I do hope that this game will change everything about the idea of Griezmann not playing well. I hope that all that is in the past. I hope that he will play well and get us back into winning ways, and that is the key. He is the key to becoming the striker that we need, the forward that we need. Right now, it's really a variation. We don't know if Valverde will put him at a left or right wing. I don't know that because he plays best when he's a striker. But again, we're kind of running out of options here with players. But my best bet is have Carles Perez on the left, Messi on the right. With Messi doing a combination of things, working the field, I think Messi will have a good game if he does start. Hopefully he will, because Real Betis, let me tell you guys, La Liga is ready to play Barcelona. Okay, doesn't matter what kind of team there is out there. The teams that we're playing, they're seeing us, and they saw our weaknesses, and they saw what we can do and what we can't do, and they're ready. They're more ready than they have ever been before, because now you saw what happened in the last game. And the last game was an embarrassment. Okay, come on. I mean, Atletico Bilbao. Come on, guys. Really. I mean, let's get back into winning ways. This is not us. This is not who we are. This is not the club that we so much love and cherish and appreciate. We want to have a winning game again, and we want to have guys that perform at a high level. Because let me tell you something. Once we get to Champions League, it's not gonna get any easier. Okay, that's where we end up losing most of our games as of recently. Even when Luis Enrique was back when he was with us back in the day, we still struggled against Champions League teams because Premier Leagues were ready for us. League One teams were ready for us. Okay, all the other teams were ready for us. We were not ready. Valverde has to come back strong this game. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. If we cannot win these games, we are really in big trouble. These are teams that we have been able to beat twice in the seasons. We've been able to get through. We've been able to get past them. If we cannot get past these teams, we are in major trouble. We cannot go to Champions League and win against any team, because it's going to be really difficult. If we are not in form, we're not in shape. I want to talk about Dembele. You know what? I'm tired of this guy. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really tired of having this guy, his attitude, his mentality, not being serious about the team, blaming something for whatever happened and what trip they went to about his injuries. Okay, and now he comes out and says, I'm injured. Okay, this young guy was a problem from the beginning. Okay, what is it with left wings on our team? I mean, they just are a problem. Neymar, then this guy. I mean, look, Bartomeu says that this guy's better than Neymar. Look, Bartomeu just needs to be quiet. Just shut up, just for a moment, and listen to what you're actually saying, Bartomeu. Just think about what you're saying before you actually say something in the media. This guy has been a problem since day one. He's been the most inconsistent player because we need a strong forward, a strong three in the front. He's not a consistent strong three. We have had problems with his hamstrings. I mean, since the beginning, since even before he came with us from Dortmund. Ousmane Dembele is a kid that needs to mature. Another kid that needs to grow up. I'm tired of having to talk about growing up and mature. You come to this club to play. You don't come here to screw around. You come here to make sure you're healthy, you train right, you eat your vitamins, you grow up, and you be the man that you were hired to be, contracted to be. A lot of money was bought for this guy, and this is what we get. You know what? I'm starting to question whether we, at the management level, have what it takes to be able to get players that we need, because this is ridiculous. We're getting players. We're not using them quite well. We think there's so many reasons as to why. We got Coutinho. Okay, let me just give you an example. We bought Coutinho. I said we want Coutinho. He fits our description. He fits where we want him to go. What do? We put him on the left wing. What does he do on the left side? Not much. Few goals here and there. Inconsistency. Okay? Alright. So, why do we buy somebody who we know that he's great at a midfield level and put him way up there on the left side where he's not really that great at? I mean, come on, really? This is a Valverde and a Bartomeu thing. I mean, look, if we're going to get the best players, let's get the best players, but let's make sure that we get players that want to play for us and that are going to play the position that the team requires them to be at. Okay, let's not just get a left wing and put him on the midfield, or get a midfield and put him on the left side. Okay, let's address where the team needs to be at. Okay, let's address the position that we need to get the player from. Okay, if we're gonna get somebody from Inter Milan and we're gonna replace somebody in the defensive area, and the defensive area needs a strong defender, let's go get that strong defender. Okay, let's not just go out and buy guys and players that are real good with ball skills but don't fit the description of the position. If you know what I'm saying. Okay, this is kind of old. Okay, now that out of the way, I hope that we do have a great game tomorrow. I hope that we have one of the best games. I hope that we win, first of all, because the win will settle all this down. We'll calm everything. We'll calm the rage of the ocean. And now that we can start getting a momentum going, okay? Let's start getting a momentum after this win. Because after this, we'll forget about that first game. Okay, we'll forget about that first game. We win games, we'll forget about that ever existed. We just gotta stay focused. This team has to stay focused. Valverde's gotta have a brain, because I'm starting to figure this out. He may be the scarecrow. I hope not. Okay, maybe he needs a brain. I hope that's not the case, because he can think. Okay, I hope he can think, because it's all we have, guys. It's all we have. And if we don't have that, we might as not have a coach. Okay, this team cannot function without a manager that thinks well. You got Pep. You got Luis Enrique, guys who have brains, who think well. May not be perfect, but they got the job done. Okay, in most cases, in a lot of cases. All right, I'll catch you later after the game. Hopefully we win. Hopefully I'll get back to you guys and comment on that game. Visca Barça, Visca Catalunya, peace.